Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is our last review. It was so good while it lasted. This is the last review for The Thing About Pam. Season 1. Well, we only get one season. But this is episode 6. She's a Killer. Everything came falling down on Pam in this episode. So we open with Pam in the bathroom and she's looking, you know, very distraught. Her wheels are turning, it's obvious. Her back's up against the wall. And she has this pen, and I got excited because before I watched it, I was, you know, looking her up and looking up, you know, the real Pamela Hupp and what she got going on, and, you know, the details maybe that they didn't show in the show. I was just looking for that on Google, you know, all of that. And I saw a few clips of this interrogation and, you know, what transpired and what really did her in. I was thinking that they found out about her mom and looked into that, and that's what did her in. But no, it was a completely different murder, a completely different person. And in this last episode, we see all of that happen. So anyway, we open with Pam in the bathroom, and she's got this pen, and then she just starts stabbing herself in the neck. And they're like, Pam, are you all right? Are you all right? She's like, I'm fine. And just continues to stab herself in the neck. I'm like, man. They said that that's what she did, though. They said that that's what she did. And we gonna get it full. We're gonna get the full scope of things in this episode. But anyway, Pam, she's at home. And she's talking about, you know, her true crime novel. She's a true crime fanatic. How ironic. And she's talking to her husband about it and how people be getting away with murder, all of that. But at the time, while she's talking, she's cutting up this rug, and she's complaining about the size of it. It's not too big enough. It's not wide enough. Basically, it's not big enough to roll a body up in. And her husband and son are like, they're headed out to do some errands or something like that. And she's just going to take the day to do her thing. She says that the whole town's laughing at me. Silly fool, how'd you lose such a good thing? The whole town's, everybody sing, and laughing at me. That's my song. Silly fool. That's Pam. The whole town is pointing fingers. The whole town feels like she did it. The whole town is not convinced. Well, excuse me. The whole town is convinced that she's the one that murdered Betsy. Anyway, she gets dressed to head out. And while she's getting dressed, she grabs herself a gun. You know, she grabs her a wad of cash from out the drawer, out of her little stash. And she just heads out on the town. She ends up going to the Dollar Tree and picking up some items. And then, you know, of the items we see, they show us a little glimpse into, you know, her, you know, shopping bag. And we see she got bleach and a few other things. Once she gets in the car, she bought a knife as well, and she opens up the knife, and she started driving around looking all crazy. I'm like, what is she finna do? Is she finna rob some? What is she doing? She's driving around looking. She's just on the hunt looking, and she drives into this, pulls into this trailer park. She looking, you know, driving around looking, and sees this lady on the porch. Oh, let me go over here to her. Go over there. Hey, excuse me. Hey, how you doing? My name is Kathy. I'm with Dateline, and we're going around, and we want somebody to re-record something, a 911 call. We're gonna pay $1,000. You interested? And the lady's like, y'all just gonna give away $1,000? Y'all, the producers are just riding around picking up random people? And she's like, yeah, that's what we're doing. You're going to get paid. You know, she really lays it on thick that, you know, you're going to get paid like today. And the lady is like, you know, she's leery. And, you know, she's just looking around and guess she need the money. So she's like, let me just go ahead and let me go and put my dog away. And when she goes to go put her dog away, Pam hollering out the window, oh, and leave your phone and your wallet and your passport. And any identification that says you're you. Just bring you. No phones. Did I say no phones? Don't bring your phone. That lady like, yeah, okay. And she go in the house, and of course, she grabs her a knife because she's smart, and slides her phone in her pocket because she's smart. But she dumb enough to get in the car. It's like, ma'am, if you don't feel like this is on the up and up, what you doing getting in the car? Anyway, because it's not like Pam is forcing her at knife point or nothing like that. She's just, really playing it up, like she's honest, and she's definitely lying and up to something. They start riding around, and of course the lady is asking questions like, so about this 911 call, what's this for? Oh yeah, we're just it's a little sound bite. And the lady, and she's trying to talk to her like she dumb, and the lady like, I know what a sound bite is. Like, I'm just trying to figure out why you rolling up on random people for said sound bite. That's what she want to know. And then Pam is talking about it's supposed to be at some trailer, and the lady's like, we just passed the trailer park back there. And Pam just keep driving. Oh yes, my bad. We gotta go over here to the other place. I gotta go pick up so and so, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna go get you again, and then I'm gonna come back and drop you off at the house. And the lady like, yeah, I forgot I had something to do, and so I'm gonna have to just go on back to the house. You would give away the $1,000? The lady's like, yeah, I'm gonna need to go on back to the house. I got to take my mama to the hospital, and can't nobody drive her but me. Pam, she pulls over to the side, and then she has this like sinister look on her face because the lady looking back, she looked back there and see that knife in that bag. So of course she got her hand ready on her knife that she brought with her. Pam spins it around and turns it around and goes on back to the lady's house and drops her off. You safe, lady, you safe. The lady gets home, of course, and calls 911 straight away. Pam don't stop there though. She gonna go find her another victim. So she's scouring around in the little trailer park a little more, or at least in another neighborhood, and she sees this guy with his family. The family's getting in the car, and he's just standing there waving. And so she's looking at him like, oh, he's perfect. Perfect. Let me roll up on him. Hey, excuse me, sir. You want to make $1,000? And the man is like, yeah, I'll do that. And of course he run on over there to the car. She in the car trying to make the man recite this. She's saying, this what your lines are. Do you want me to do to you what we did to Russ? I mean, what we did to Betsy. That's what you gonna say. Now say it for me. And the guy's like, dude, he don't understand. He say, I'm sorry, brain injury. Sorry, he got in a bad accident. He's not really, his cognitive functions aren't really functioning. And so he's a little slow. He's disabled, if you will. And he can't really get those lines out, but she's just driving around or whatever. And they end up back at her house. And she's in the house. She done called 911 on the phone with them, lying. Oh yes, hello, there's an intruder in my house. I think he's gonna try to kill me. And then the lady's like, huh, excuse me, what? And then she's like, say it, go ahead and say what I said to say. Go ahead and say it now. Say it a little louder. No, that's not what I said. Say, do you want me to do what we said we was gonna do to Betsy? Action. And he ain't getting it. The man just like, he's stumbling over it, and she just, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Bop, 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 bop. And the 911 operator is like, ma'am, are you there? Pam, are you there? And she just hang up the phone, like it's nothing. She just killed this man. She feels like her plan is just, everything is working out. And ma'am, I'm here to tell you, it's not. It's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Anyway, the police are on their way, and the police is listening to the 911 call. And he's like, play that again. No, but run that, rewind that. What was that she said? Yeah, go on and send another unit. Make sure you send another unit. The detective gets there to the house, and the man dead on the floor. He go in there. This is the police. Is everybody all right? And she in the kitchen like, oh, I'm in here making a sandwich. Pam in there making a sandwich. And he got his gun drawn, of course. And she's like, oh, put that away. I already handled it. Guys are late. I mean, Just cavalier. And of course the man, takes her outside, and because he got some questions now, and he's asking her about, to walk me through your day. Child, her version of events is the most comical dramatization I've ever seen. She say the man came, yielding a knife, and or is it wielding a knife, and he throwing it up, and like you would at the hibachi grill, and that man is none of those things. He doing cartwheels up in there, and that sort of stuff. She always saying that and stuff like that, and then that sort of thing. And in the dramatization, the person always says it as well. It's very comical. I love that. But anyway, it's a lie. It's a lie. Bold-faced lie. But of course, he's like, okay, yeah, we're going to immediately take you down to the station. Yeah, we got some more questions. Would you mind coming on down to the station? And Pam will help. Oh, yeah, I'm going to help. Oh, by the way, I saw a little baggie sticking out of his pocket. It had a little note in it. You guys might want to check that out. There you go again, offering up the tea. Anyway, outside, the police, they end up finding, looking in the car, and they find the knife that she had planted in the seat. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, while she had that man, she made him put his hands, because he because of the disability, like, he wouldn't be able to do this motion to hold on to a knife. And so she had to do it for him and, get his fingerprints all over it. I'm just like, you just gonna frame this man and then shoot him dead. Like, did you even think this out, woman? She couldn't have thought this through. Anyway, the neighbor, her friend Minnie, she come outside and she's like, oh, I got all the tea on Pamela. Y'all need a witness? I got you. I'm your girl if you need me to come testify about anything related to Pamela Hupp, because she the one that killed my squirrel. We really don't know about her, about that Betsy situation. Yeah, I can do that. And he's like, Pamela Hupp? When he find out that it's Pamela Hupp, you already know now he own it. He own the case for real now. He said, I knew she looked familiar. Anyway, police, they call Russ. He's living in Florida. And they asked him to come back to Missouri. They got a few questions. They got to rule him out. Pam's husband, he finally, coming to the house, and he done woke up now. He looking at her like, nah, this is some shit here. Now, I'm sure he's starting to believe that he living with a whole crazy person. He don't believe nothing she say. Pam done forged that. No, it's just all bad. Russ and Joel Lacey Slater, they done, made it into town, and they down at the station, and they've given him all the information that they, his DNA, his phone records, his credit card receipts, all of that, just to prove that it was not him. He was nowhere around there. He don't know nothing about it. And of course, they clear him, and he's good. Pam, on the other hand, she's running around. I don't know what she was doing, but she running around, looked like she finna go bury some money. She just up to no good. The next morning, her husband, of course, is like, where was you all night? She said she was protecting the assets. She's protecting their finances. They get a knock at the door, and it's the police, and they come in there and arrest her for the murder of that man. And Kathy from Dateline standing out there like, hey, girl. Nice to see you, girl. They take her on down to the station. And Pam is in the interrogation room, and she's in there being coy and pretending not to know this and not to know that. You know how she is. And when the detective, because she, of course, gives him all these lies, all the evidence is pointing back to her. They got everything on her. And really, she can't back herself out of it now. And so now it's, well, I ain't going to say nothing else until I get my lawyer. The jig is up. The jig is up. The detective, he leaves her in there, but he leaves a pen on the table, and she's sitting there, and she like looking up at the cameras. She slides her hand over there and grabs the pen and her water bottle, and then slides it down like that, and then puts the pen in her back. And it's like, girl, they can still see you. You going through all of this to not be seen, and we see you. We see you. We saw you grab that pen. We saw you slide it behind the water bottle. We saw all of it. In the real interrogation, she did all of those things. And then she starts sitting there doing all of this. Looking crazy. And she asks she goes to the door and tells him that she has to pee so she can go to the bathroom. When she gets to the bathroom, she's sitting around in there looking crazy, of course. Just thinking and pondering on all of it. And then she just gets up, and that's when we see what we saw at the beginning. She just starts stabbing herself in the neck. And when they forced their way in, she stabbed herself in the neck and the wrist. And of course that didn't work. Her little suicide attempt did not work because she was coming on. The next scene, she coming on in there to get her, punishment for what she did. She ends up taking an Alford plea. So, she's not going to stand trial for what she did to that man. So, it's not really like justice. You want to see her go through the whole kit and caboodle as far as justice goes for that family. But she's admitting guilt, but not admitting guilt. It's kind of like you get to still maintain your innocence, but I'm kind of guilty. I don't know. But she gets life, of course. She gets life, and she will be in there for the rest of her days. She skated by on that capital punishment, but she definitely was a candidate, and she definitely deserved. This has hurt my head. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, okay, so this is what the rundown is for everybody. Mark ended up divorcing Pam. That was done. He ended up remarrying and moving the lady right back on in the house where she killed that man. DA Leah, she lost against the Mike guy, and of course now he's district attorney, and he done hired on assistant girl, and so she got a promotion. And DA Leah is under investigation as of today for her antics and her mishandling of this case. Russ, he still ain't talking to Betsy's daughters. He's remarried. He ended up sitting next to Carol, and Carol is the girl that she tried to kidnap at first. And Carol came to the trial, and they sat next to one another, and they ended up getting married. Betsy's daughters are doing good. Mariah done had 2 kids. And in 2021, they brought charges up against Pam for Betsy's murder. So we gonna get justice for Betsy. I love to see it. I'm just so happy to see this end this way. Even though I knew this was how it was going to end. I honestly thought they was going to give us one more episode of crazy. And then we was going to get the whole trial situation, with her going to jail. It's really good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I always enjoy when we can revisit real cases. And turn it into semi-fiction, because it's real life events, but they add a little razzle dazzle when Hollywood gets a hold of it. Anyway, that's it for the thing about Pam. We will not be back next week, but y'all already know we got other reviews, so I'll see you guys soon. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.